Welcome to Business Amplified with host Kevin A. Dunlap.
This podcast is for small business owners aiming to amplify their enterprises.
Explore strategies to play a bigger game by becoming an author, public speaker, podcast host, or expanding your brand in other ways.
Elevate your business on Business Amplified.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back to Business Amplified. This is a show. It's all about you pushing your boundaries. We're talking about you doing something different in order for you to get better successes in your business as well as in your life. And today I have another gentleman. He's also from overseas. He's from he's actually from Prague in the Czech Republic. His name is Milan. And Milan, welcome to the show.
Glad to be here.
So tell us, Milan, who are you? What is it that you do, and why do you do that?
Do you know how many people think they are prepared for retirement, but actually are not? You can expect to live 20 to 30 years in your retirement, even more if you are healthy. So why is nearly nobody preparing for it? Are you worried about how you will transit into retirement? What does retiring well look like to you? I am Milan Schwarzkopf, purposeful retirement coach, teaching how to best arrange and live through retirement. I focus on multiple areas of life: finance, health, relationships, life purpose. I believe everyone deserves a healthy, wealthy, happy, and fulfilled retirement. I teach people to retire with no fear of how they will transit into their third act of life. I help people who are thinking about retirement, planning for retirement, or are already in retirement. Yep.
Okay. Well, I do know that, like, from an example, just from my father's perspective, when he retired, I think one of the things that helped him have a much longer life, like maybe 20 or 30 years after he physically retired, that he started another side business. And that gave him focus. It gave him something to do on a daily basis. Do you see that when people retire? Do they one of the things that they will talk to them about would be to find another focus or another purpose rather than just getting up, going to the grocery store and watching TV all day?
Exactly, I fully agree. It seems that most people are mostly interested how they will survive financially in retirement, are preparing financially, some of them good, some of them not that good, but it is only part of the overall picture. You should be also preparing from the health point of view, your relationships, and most importantly, you should be looking for your new life purpose for retirement, not based on work anymore. This one seems to be mostly overlooked. It's one of the hardest and one of the most necessary. Because as people say, once TV, coach, and fridge becomes your best friends, you are on the quick road to grave.
Okay. And you say you help them financially. Is that through financial investments? Is it through a retirement plan of some sort, or how do you do that?
I don't go to details. The first step, in my view, is to recognize the importance of retirement preparation. This is one of the tasks which is not urgent, but very important. And people have tendency to neglect it until it's too late. In my view, financial preparation for retirement takes at least 15, maybe 20 years.
Oh, wow.
The later you start, the harder it is to build a reasonable portfolio. And in my experience, at least what I have done, when I have built some level of wealth, I searched for a professional portfolio manager. I am with them for more than 25 years already. They have saved me from 2 financial crises already. I have my portfolio fully diversified with them. They have huge analytics background, They are somehow able to foresee the trends, and I fully rely on their help and their opinion. I am sometimes playing with some smaller investments myself, but only up to several % of my total portfolio. The majority is professionally managed by an independent financial advisor or portfolio manager.
Okay. Now, does this involve dealing with the local stock markets, or because I know there's a lot of retirement plans, at least in the United States, that is going to be based upon the New York Stock Exchange or the Nasdaq. Now, you're in the Czech Republic. How does that work there? Is it based upon that, or is it based upon some other kind of index?
I have nearly nothing in the Czech Republic. Our stock exchange is pretty small and not interesting. So my advisor always believes in diversification. So I have different instruments starting from ETFs, bonds, some small amount of hedge funds, diversifies between different currencies, Czech crown, US dollars, British pound, geographical diversification, and so on. I have many instruments. I understand some of them. I don't understand the rest of them. I fully rely on their professional level.
Well, that's the thing. I'm glad you kind of mentioned that you don't have to be the expert yourself. And when you're looking at the retirement, but you need to get with somebody that you can trust and feel that they can have make those decisions for you. Because I may know nothing about Forex or cryptocurrency or or any of those other values. But if I'm working with somebody that is the expert, that is what they do. That's what they do on a daily basis. So
Exactly.
I'm glad that you say that you don't have to learn all of this on your own.
I don't have a chance to learn everything. Even if I did, I have education, I have an MBA, so I know how the financial considerations are done. But first, it's not my full-time job. Second, I don't have the tools, the analytical tools, professional tools, which are pretty expensive. And it's not my full job, so I rely on professionals.
Okay. And what do you think are some of the biggest hurdles or challenges your clients or the people that you work with? What are some of the biggest hurdles that they deal with?
You mean from the financial point of view or all pillars?
I'm just talking about it from the financial point of view. Because you said they should be doing this for at least 15 or 20 years before they retire, but somebody's not getting started until, like, say, in their 50s, or maybe even later than that. They would have to, I would assume they have to take a bigger risks, because it's much later in their career or in their retirement plan.
You have basically mentioned two mistakes. The first one was realizing too late. It is important. Starting too late. This is maybe the most common problem people have. And the second one is they might be following bad advice or taking too much risks. Preparation for retirement is a long run. You must use long-term instruments. You must consider, with each investment, there are three variables connected: risk, profit, and liquidity. So with retirement investments, you don't need a high profit, you need low risk, and you don't need high liquidity. And this is what your financial advisor will help you to evaluate and select the appropriate instruments.
Okay. Well, because I've talked to a few financial advisors over the years, and most of them are saying that people should start when they're, let's say, in their teens or even in their 20s. Start much early on, even though most people in their 20s are not even thinking about retirement because of that's not for another few decades.
Exactly. It's quite enough to start in your mid-age when you have solved your basic family requirements. You have at least partially repaid your mortgage. So this you are near the top of your career. Maybe this is the latest time when you should start preparing for retirement as well.
No, I mean, I do know, at least in the United States, we had a thing called a 401k. It was those were I think were there were the retirement plans that the company set up with the employees, but those kind of not phased out, but they were giving less and less priority over the last say 30 or 40 years, because it used to be, I know, like in my dad's day, for every dollar that he put into retirement through the company would match $1. And then it got to the point where it's for every $2 I put in, they will match $1. And then it just got worse and worse and worse from there. Do you guys in the UK or in the Czech Republic also have something like that, a 401k plan, or you may call it something different?
Nearly all countries have such a plan. It is called SSA, Social Security Administration in US. Different countries have different names for it. But generally, in my opinion, it has some problems. First of all, it doesn't allow you to build portfolio big enough. You cannot rely on the state to take care of you for retirement. There are another problems with these systems. For instance, here in the Czech Republic, there is a law that these systems cannot be negative in any year. They must be at least at zero or positive. From that follows they are able to invest only in government bonds. So you are relying on government by paying social taxes to government, then buying their bonds using this system again. There is nearly zero diversification. There are nearly no long-term instruments. And first of all, I have a whole chapter in my book about this. First of all, I, for a long time, don't believe that the unwritten agreement with the government works anymore. We had a hidden agreement that we will work, we will pay taxes, and then the state will take care of us. This is not true anymore for many reasons, demographic reasons, political reasons. So I did take care for a long time that I will be dependent during retirement on the government as least as possible. If I get some pension, it's good, and I am getting a decent pension, but it's by far not full retirement preparation which I had. Most of the portfolio I have saved for myself, invested for myself. It is within my decision. I'm not dependent on political decisions that much.
So, so if I'm reading in between the lines, whatever your company or the government that you're that you're paying in the taxes, or with the company that you're working with, that's not going to be enough. You still need to do something on your own.
Definitely. I don't know how sorry.
And I said, and before the show, you mentioned about that you had a book. Could you tell us a little bit about your book?
Yes, sure. I have prepared a book which is nearly done and will be published this month. It is called Living Your Best Third Act: How to Be Healthy, Wealthy, and Happy in Your Retirement. Don't make the mistakes most people do.
Okay.
I believe you
And that's going to be available on Amazon?
It will be available on Amazon, both paperback and Kindle and tablet electronic version. Okay.
And just so that everybody knows, because if you're not listening to the show in February of 2024, that's when it's coming out. So if you're already listening to the show, there's a good chance it's already out. So if you wanted to get your copy, go ahead and go there. We will put it down in the show notes, so you can go and get your own copy. No, I will say that in the United States, at least as far as I know, too many people are if they don't plan, they're planning to fail. There's an old saying, and this goes more into coaching, but this is the same thing could be true with your retirement. is that if you fail to do any kind of financial plan, then you are planning to fail. You will most likely outlive your money. And the thing is, you need to start considering that now. And somebody like Milan here is a perfect person to be talking to. And then, I definitely reach out to him. Milan, how long have you been in business as the time of this recording?
It depends on business. Which business do you mean? I have been a senior project manager managing big international and global projects, mainly in IT and banks, for more than 30 years. I was thinking about retirement preparation mainly because of that and big differences in taxation between an employee and a contractor. I became a contractor. I have established both sole trader license and limited company. I saved my money. I didn't spend it all, and I have invested that. One day I realized I am serving for years longer than necessary. So I did again some calculations and I retired. I was actually going through all these problems which I am describing in the book, mainly some health problems because of very high stress from those projects. So I decided to recover my health, some relationships problems with my ex-wife. So I learned how to maintain and improve your relationships. By the way, the financial preparation should be started at least 15 or 20 years in advance. All the other three pillars can be started anytime. You can improve your relationships anytime, even before the retirement, even during the retirement. The same is true for health. You can improve your health and live a healthy lifestyle anytime. I have a whole chapter about that in my book. And I was struggling with life purpose. Nearly everyone who has a big life purpose in work, in business, when losing this life purpose, it is very hard. And even I was preparing for myself, I must admit, it was hard. And so I was looking for new purpose. Again, I found new hobbies, new sports, but many people in retirement find at least partially the new purpose in helping others. So did I. I became a certified coach. And after looking around, I thought I have big knowledge about retirement preparation. I was looking about some literature about that. I found there is no book which would comprehensively describe this problem. At least I didn't find any book. So I read many books, watched many webinars, bought many books on Amazon, and I have combined my knowledge and my experience into this book, which is, I must admit, part of my life purpose for retirement, to hand over my knowledge to other people and to help them to prepare.
And the thing is, that book will be able to help other people for years in the future, even after you may pass away. You can still be out there helping people. So that is, to me, one of the biggest reasons why I feel that if you're going to be a professional in your in your business, regardless of what your business is, becoming an author is by far one of the best ways to do that. And I see this all the time. That, I mean, I don't know if this is true or not. I heard it from somebody, so I'm just going to say it over and over again until I'm proven otherwise. But it's like the word author, and that word is derived from the word authority. So if you're becoming an author and you've got good content, it's like Milan was just saying that he look for a multitude of books on a particular subject that combined all the things. He realized I cannot find a book on it, and then what does he do? He goes out and writes the book on it. He goes and fills in that piece. So that to me is ingenious. And I feel that this is true for anybody. As for myself, I'm a 4-time author myself, and when I wrote my 4th book, it was called Launch: The A to Z Creating a Successful Business, and it was all about all the little nuances that most people, as they're in America, I'm sure a lot of the information will translate to other countries, but it's had them go through all the nuances from, hey, I got an idea of starting a business, to doing all the stuff from your business plans. Let's talk about your vision statements, your mission statements, all of the other things that go into your business. Nobody's written a book about this, so I went and wrote the book. So if you're looking to do some kind of stuff with financial planning, I would strongly suggest to go ahead and go onto Amazon. At least if you don't buy the book, you see, he says he's got the print version as well as the Kindle version. So regardless of how you digest books, he's got it available for you. And if you're thinking about retirement, definitely go in and get a book like this. At least peruse it on Amazon, so you know what's available. And then if it resonates with you, then go ahead and download that book. And you can start reading that book in the same day that you made that decision, if you're getting the electronic version of it, because that would just download into your device, your computer, whatever, and you can start reading that book right there. So I'm glad that you made that decision, Milan. That's a very, very powerful thing that you did there. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Now, if somebody was wanting to work with you or get a hold of you, what are some of the best ways for them to do that?
So if you buy my book, there are also links where you can find me. You can even pre-order my book on my web pages, www.thirdactresources.com.
Okay.
You can find me on LinkedIn. And
okay.
I have an email address, milanschwarzkopf@gmail.com.
Okay.
But maybe the most important link is www.thirdactresources.com. You can make a retirement preparation quiz there. You can enter your name and email address, which is hidden under the button Order the Book, and you will get a notification when the book is launched.
Okay. Okay. So that's, if I heard you right, that's going to be at thirdactresources.com.
Yes.
Okay, there we go. So go to www.thirdactresources.com to go ahead and you can get that links for the book. You also do schedule time with him, as well as do these some of these quizzes that if I heard him correctly, so that you can start seeing where you are in your financial situation as far as that goes. Now,
I would like to stress, please don't concentrate on the financial preparation, which is one of the most common errors. Concentrate on all 4 pillars with your preparation. Thank you.
Oh yes, absolutely. Because I know with my dad, he did not eat very well. So I mean, he would be eating, canned sardines, or not sardines, canned hot dogs or something like that. Like, Dad, you can't be eating this kind of stuff. So yes, your health is definitely is going to be of importance, and then also, like you said, your relationships. And when Milan is saying relationships. I know in my 3rd book I talk about mindset, and a lot of the mindset is also about relationships. And there's more than just the relationships that you have with your significant other or your children. There's also going to be the relationship with yourself. And that, to me, is probably one of the most important ones. That's the one that, in my opinion, that most people forget about, or they don't think about, because they will talk to themselves in a negative way, like, "Damn, you're so stupid," or so that is, you want to make sure you have a healthy relationship, not only with other people but also with yourself. Would you agree with that, Milan?
Definitely. And on top of that, you should take care of not only your relationships with your significant other, but with a broader network. And you should include even the far networks. You should not close yourself into a social bubble. You should be in contact with other people who will show you different horizons. who will basically force you to think about many things, not only from your point of view. And this is a thing which is very healthy for your brain. The older you are, the more you need that.
Well, I had a mentor one time, and one of the things that he said was to keep your mind sharp and keep your mind active is to try to do something new, if not every day, at least a few times a week. So for an example, if you're used to going to the grocery store and you say you're driving to the grocery store, go to a different grocery store or take a different path just to give your mind some new energy, just so you can, like, instead of getting on Main Street and turning on Third, why don't you get on Fifth and then V Street? Those are irrelevant names, but just do something differently every day. That way you'll keep yourself sharp as well as focused. And that, to me, will help with not only with your health, but also your own mindset.
Definitely.
Okay. Well, Milan, are there any other things that you would like to share with the audience as far as living a healthier and better, even more financially rewarding life? Is there anything else that you would like to share with us?
Maybe most important is to realize in time the importance of this topic. Do the first step, even the small one, and start your preparation and improve each day on this way.
Okay. Well, there you say it. There you go. Well, Milan, I want to say thank you for being on the show today. Again, people go to thirdactresources.com to get a copy of the book, as well as to do his quiz, so we can find out where he could possibly help you out. And Milan, I want to say thank you for being with us today. Any last words before we go?
No, thank you for inviting me. It was my pleasure, and keeping my fingers crossed to everyone who wants to prepare for their healthy, wealthy, happy, and purposeful retirement.
And purposeful is very, very important. I strongly agree, because I think, 'cause I don't know about the Czech Republic, but I know a lot of people in the United States, they tend to, let's say, pass away within 2 or 3 years after retirement, and I think one of the main reasons that is because of that purpose. And we talked a little bit about that already, but that purpose becomes very, very important.
Fully agree. Yes.
Okay. Well, again, everybody, thank you for joining us. If you are on the show, if you'd like to be on the show as one of our potential guests, go ahead and schedule a 15-minute pre-interview. That's going to be at www.businessamplified.net/pre-interview. And that will schedule a 15-minute time where you and I can be talking with each other, and we'll find out, what is your unique take, so we can have you on a future show. So again, Milan, thank you for joining us today, and I wish you well in your book launch, or by the time this is aired, with the continuation of the sales in of your book.
Thank you.
Okay, well, everybody, until next time, be amazing.
Thanks for tuning in to another empowering episode of Business Amplified with Kevin A. Dunlap.
If you found value in today's insights, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and share the podcast.
Keep amplifying your business. And remember, your success journey is our inspiration.
Until next time on Business Amplified, go out there and make your business thrive.